There were definitely moments where I'm like, I want to just die right now. Not
Yeah, of
literally,
course,
but
of course,
challenging.
of
Yeah,
course.
I guess that's the word, right? Like, not I want to die. It was just very challenging. Everyone's always crying
What I hear, like people sleep on interior design and like
in like
in
architecture class.
architecture, like
Yeah.
school, they sleep on it because interior design. Oh, it's basically just know what colors match, and it's more than that.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
more than that,
yeah.
and so going to school, and you need to have all this background beforehand.
Well,
I,
some
I feel like
background,
I feel like
yeah.
some people like pursue that degree and just quit mid degree or change. Maybe like this is not for me.
I thought there were some moments where I think I was just crying.
We're
Like at home
you were
when I'm just
considering
like,
giving
I'm
up.
like, I can't. Like, I'm like, this is insane. Like, what? Like, you do question like a lot of things, but I'm not a quitter. Never have
I love
been.
that.
I like to just, like, if I started this, like, I have to finish
Of
this now.
course.
Um, but yeah, no, there were definitely times where I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to like get through this, because you are spending a lot, like a lot of time. There were days where, so I worked with an architect from Brazil.
Hmm.
So I wanted to just really learn the 3D softwares before I was having to take the classes where like I really needed them, right? So I ended up hiring like a tutor. He's an architect, like in Brazil. We're friends now, actually. I see him when I go to Brazil, like in São Paulo. Yeah, Leandro, he's awesome.
What's his name?
Leandro.
Shout out to Leandro.
But yeah, so I ended up hiring him to help me like learn like the all of these softwares like ahead of time. So when I got to these classes, I wasn't like falling behind. I wasn't struggling. Like I could just flow through like my projects and like get
And that kept
through
you
with them, and just
motivated.
kept me going. Yeah. And for me, that was like the best thing that I could do. Not only is he incredibly talented, like I made a great friend like through all of this, but it really did help me. And where was I going with this? Sorry, I just blacked out. I What was your question? Sorry.
No, I was saying
Oh,
like that like people like gotta get
oh
dismotivated.
yeah.
And
So there were days where I would, like it was. I'm not lying either. Like because of the time difference, like in Brazil, I was having to wake up at like 4 a.m. to like start with him at like 4:30, like in the morning, like to just like start learning and like get through like
he was you will say like a mentor or
it was a tutor.
a tutor,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like to help like for me to like learn like just like learn like the softwares like from
Hmm.
someone that had been doing it for I don't know like X amount of years, right? Like
Of
way
course.
ahead
Of course.
than me. But yeah, I would be waking up like a couple of times. There were a couple of days where it was like 3:45, 4 a.m. I'm like waking up to like would like wake up, like throw water in my face, like
Yeah. No, that's
eat,
dedication.
yeah,
That's
like eat
dedication.
a banana and like a coffee, like brush my teeth and like sit down and just like,
And lock in.
yeah.
Lock in. Oh, it's
And then
amazing.
like we'd be like finishing and like the sun is like rising. But it
Yeah.
does feel kind of feel
And then
nice
you
when,
have to go to class
yeah, and then I
like
would
the
like,
same day.
yeah, and then I would like go to class and um yeah, like
But I feel like you being prepared and not being like completely clueless kind of
help
like kept you
it
going.
help, yeah.
That's like the fuel that
Yeah.
can, okay, if I understand it, I can do this.
Yeah, because then you just, especially with like like when you're like in the software part of like things, I think it does, it's like when we were talking about skiing the other day, how
Yeah, yeah.
there's definitely like a learning curve with all
Yeah,
of it, because it's very frustrating in the
yeah.
beginning, right? When you don't know what you're doing, you're just like, oh my god, like I'm never gonna, like you're just falling all the time, you're like, I'm never gonna get this, like it's
If,
complicated.
if there's a quitting window, it's definitely
It's
those first like 2 days,
right,
like learning.
yeah,
Right after you get it, you get
you're
the
like
momentum.
right, so
And
it's,
you want to do it every day.
yeah, so that's kind of like how like what this is,
Yeah.
and I think with going back to like the software like learning side of things, so because you really only learn like AutoCAD and like some professors like will do like Revit like also, but that like comes after. You like you're in class, but think about it, like you're in a class with like a bunch of like other like students, and these like you're sitting in front of like your computer, right, trying to
Yeah.
like do something,
Of course.
right? So like if you don't get it, like there's only so much time like a professor could spend like one-on-one like
Sitting
with
down
you,
next to you, kind of
right?
like guiding your
Especially let's
steps.
say like if you're just like there were older people like in these classes, and just trying to learn, right? And for them just naturally it's just harder,
Yeah.
right, to get these. So they would spend, and I'm not exaggerating, like an entire class just like trying to help to like figure like how do you draw like a line on
Oh,
like
that's frustrating.
right. So
Yeah.
it's so in a way you kind of just have to like go do it on your own,
Of
and
course.
just like figure
Like
it
on the
out
free time, just like put in the effort.
and put in
yeah.
the effort. Yeah.
And stuff like you're saying that's the softwares and how like this learning curve, AI, like it was introduced what 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Okay.
How would your career or like your education would be affected if you had AI? It would be a different story, right? Revolutionized.
It would be like
Revolutionized.
I
like
don't.
this.
Would I have a career? No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I feel like many people
We're
like,
using it for
are
sure.
like,
Yeah.
and like if they don't know something, they ask AI and they like
Yeah.
that can be like your background.
Yeah.
And I feel like and less people are quitting, like we said. Like,
So yeah.
so there's more interior designers in the
Right.
industry. I feel like
So like we all definitely like, because these programs were like coming out while like I was in school, like so we definitely would try to learn some of them and like use them for certain things, like for certain classes. If you're talking about like the like image generating portion, like part of things, I don't think it's still there like 100%, but we all definitely did.
But give
like,
it a year. Give it a year.
Oh yeah.
And basically, you just put like the exact, like measurements, the exact colors you
Yeah.
want, the exact, and in 20 seconds
You
you have your full
right.
project.
Yeah, no, we definitely like
No,
not
how much time you
everyone.
save up, just
Right. Yeah. Even for like generating like floor plans and stuff like that would be
ooh,
so
yes,
nice, like
yes,
so
yes.
quick too. I mean, there's still like the thinking part like of it, like how to make things flow properly and all of that, but yeah, we all definitely did try to like
Yeah.
and our professors knew it too. I think most of our professors were smart enough to like understand like you
Like,
have to be
it's
with the
inevitable.
times.
It's
Yeah, like
inevitable,
you
like,
have to. So they were like okay with it.
encouraging it.
Yeah, like for the most part, like most of them were. I mean, there were definitely the ones that are just, older and like want nothing to do with it and all of that. But for the most
They're
part,
close-minded.
Yeah, no. But for the most part, a lot of, especially the ones that have, their own like architecture firms,
Yeah.
like like here in Miami, like they want to be like with the times, and like you're gonna fall behind if you're not.
Yeah, if
Like if you're not
if you're not learning how
using
to
it or
use
learning
it,
it,
you'll fall
yeah.
behind.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
Even if you have the knowledge, it's super
absolutely.
like superficial.
Yeah. No, but it was it was an very interesting times. There were definitely moments where I'm like I want to just die right now, not
Yeah, of
literally,
course,
but
of course.
challenging.
course.
I guess that's the word, right? Like not I want to die. It was just very challenging. Everyone's always crying. Someone in your class is yeah.
No, yes, it'd be like I studied management.
Right.
I had supply chain and logistics operations, and a minor in economics.
Okay.
So there was not
That's
much.
a lot, yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting 4 years.
Yeah. In Boston.
In Boston, negative 20 degrees
Yeah.
on the winter, sunsets at 3 p.m.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And imagine like studying, like
Yeah.
and like being in the library at night.
It's hard.
But it's dedication. Like, but it was interesting because my challenges were more in like the textbook read, like sit down, read the textbook, memorize, do key terms, and then final project, or no, final exam. Or you had like group projects, but it was more on like straight from the book, straight textbook material. So there was not much creativity involved.
So then that's when you have to come in. So, if you're a person who just naturally like craves that, right? Like the creativity side of things, that's when you have to come in.
And I feel like in interior design and architecture, it's 60% creativity.
It's all, a lot of it, yeah.
And once you get creativity involved, you involve different parts of the brain now. Like you don't get like in your typical finance degree, and that's I feel like that's the challenge because, for example, for me, when I touch with my creativity side, I get like OCD, like very detailed oriented, and that could be a challenge if I decide to become an interior designer. That could be something that could stress me out,
It stresses me out. I'm a perfectionist. Yeah.
Yeah, like no,
drives me nuts.
No perfectionist.
But you have to like. It's tough, but you do have to just learn to let certain things go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because then, I feel like then you're not producing the work.
Of course.
If you're just like everything needs to be 100% perfect every single time, like you're never gonna produce like actual work.
That can be a downfall.
Yeah,
for
no, and I'm that way, and I'm learning to kind of just, like you guys see it at like in the office. Sometimes I'm just arguing with you guys because I'm like, when was this? Like last week. I'm like, what if
on
like
Friday,
I'm like, if this is not like this way, like what, like and this like this could happen, and someone look at this, and then they're gonna look at this, and they're gonna think that, or
180 types of variants,
right?
And every variant has like this specific like thing you like.
Right.
You try like combining it, so that
it's
could
hard.
be like you can get in a hurdle.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like if I'm just always like that, like nothing will ever like get done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
what was it like the one? What did we need the other day? Right, like some of the renders and stuff.
Renders,
and then I was crying, not crying literally, but I was like whining about that for like 5 minutes, like and then you just have to be like, just sit back, like take a deep breath, and just be like, go. Okay, like it's not gonna happen today, like in this way that like that I want it. Like,
no, and for example, if you get like a 5,000 square foot layout, you can like implement the creativity in different areas of the property. Well, if you get like a 300 square foot, that's the challenge. It's like you have all these things that you like. How do I like implement this design but not make it too much?
Right. Well, that's what we were just talking about, right? Like with I think they both present its own like challenges. With the small like square footage, right? What we were just saying, it's hard. Like for me, right? What I was telling you, like I do personally think like you can live like in a small space with everything that you need.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Some of it is too small, obviously, but I do think that, and I've seen it like done before, like beautifully done before.
It's all about efficiency.
Yeah, but like for me, it's about how do you live? Like how is your everyday life? So like for me, like I'm always gonna want or like need like a full kitchen, even if it's small. So I'm gonna want to fit in like a fridge, a stove with like a range with an oven, a sink with like a dishwasher. You know what I mean? Like even no matter how small like the space is, right? Even if it's like a small pantry, and that's my challenge right now with like my current apartment. There's no pantry like in there, and it drives like in the kitchen. That's what I mean. Like I want it in the kitchen. It drives me crazy. I have like rearranged like that kitchen, like on
that was
like
the first thing you did when you moved in. God. It was like, okay,
I'm like, and what wall can I just tear down where it's gonna fit everything that I need like perfectly? I'm crazy, yeah. And then I'm always gonna want or need like an actual like dining table, even if it's a small like dining table, right?
what's like the smallest dining table you can have, like
For me, comfortably, for 4 people.
for people?
For 4,
Like a circle
just,
design or a
yeah,
square.
yeah. For
Yeah.
4 people, where you can just 4 people can just nicely sit and like enjoy a meal together, like enjoy dinner together.